Good morning. It's Sandy Hinderleiter, and I just wanted to introduce you today to my friend Leslie. Leslie Richardson is a travel agent with Cruise Planners American Express, and so Leslie, you're a travel agent. We all think we know what that means, but so what do you do?
Well, a lot of people make assumptions about what I do. I actually do more than just book the trip. I consider myself a travel concierge, where I do a little bit of everything that has to do with your leisure vacation planning. So I specialize in international travel and big, popular destinations as far as the United States, like Hawaii and Alaska, New York, that sort of thing.
Okay.
But I do more than just the trip itself. I actually I look at any special added value, like special dinners or private transfers and things like that, to pull it all together so you don't have to piecemeal it all to yourself.
Okay. So I know the story, but tell everybody who's watching. So why do you do what you do?
I do it because honestly, I know it sounds a little corny, but I think the world would be a better place if people travel more. Because for me, I didn't grow up traveling, or as far as internationally, our idea of summer vacation was to drive from Northern California down here to Texas to visit family. But when I started traveling internationally, it really just opened my eyes as far as seeing how other people live. And so I want people to experience that. And, just creating those memories that are not tangible as far as, gifting an item. I mean, you can never take the memory away of a really amazing vacation with your family, with your loved ones, with your spouse or soon to be spouse or what have you. So travel brings a level of joy to people's lives, including my own. And I want everyone to feel that joy, really, when it comes down to it.
Yeah. When you post pictures or you post video from the trips that you take personally, even if they're business, in their scope out a resort or any of those
Right.
kinds of things, I just always think, oh, I mean, it just causes me to just, exhale because it is just such just such a great experience, I think, for people. So
It is. It really is. There's nothing like it. They say it's good for your health, and I mean, there's been studies done and all that, especially any travel where you're close to water, whether
mhm.
it's an ocean, a lake, a river. They say it really just makes you feel at peace, and I truly believe that. I feel rejuvenated when I come back from a vacation, a non-working vacation.
Yeah. Yes, I know. Yeah, you tell us often that, I'm not going on vacation. I'm working. I'm working. I'm like, yeah, okay.
It looks like vacation, I know, but it's not.
Exactly. So who's your ideal client?
Ideally, those who pay for professional services. That does not mean I charge for everything I do. I do charge for certain things, but those who are willing to pay a professional service to an accountant to do their taxes or a financial advisor to handle their money, people who are like that, they understand the value I bring because it is really a professional service. It's more than just clicking a few buttons on the computer and hoping something sticks and hoping you like your trip. And
Right.
there's a lot of thought process that goes into it. So that's my ideal client. And I work with everyone from single solo travelers to couples to groups of adult friends to families, multi-generational families. So a little bit of everyone as far as who I book travel for.
Okay, fantastic. And so how do your clients benefit from your services? Because like you said, people go online and can, click and do and whatever. But how do your clients benefit?
They get options, options they probably didn't know about. They may get extra perks that they wouldn't be privy to otherwise. My agency is part of the American Express Travel Network. And so there's a whole lot of behind the scenes options that I have for people that are unadvertised. But just if anything else, just options because what happens, people go online, they think a lot of people, first of all, let's just back up. A lot of people don't know travel advisors still exist
Right.
because most of us are at home now. A huge percentage of us work from home and have been for a long time. But as far as offering things that they may not have access to, or people go online thinking they're going to get the best price. price isn't always, should not be the only motivating factor when it comes to booking a vacation.
Right.
Because if you're looking for cheap, you'll get cheap. And for maybe just a little bit more, or even sometimes the same price, you'll get so much more, so much value for that. And so I offer those options that people just don't even know about. Because again, I do this every day. I look at the trends. I'm in touch with the tour operators, with the tourism boards and the destinations. And so I kind of have an inside scoop way more than the average person because I deal with this every single day. This is what I do.
Right.
So I just have a lot of things that people may not even think about.
Yep, exactly. So I think you've kind of touched on it a little bit just in what we were just talking about, but what are you known for?
Well, I specialize in, technically, I do upscale travel experiences worldwide, both land and sea. That's still pretty broad. But as far as destinations that I'm known for, like I know Jamaica like the back of my hand. I've been going there personally for 25 years,
Okay.
multiple times a year. I know it better than most people, most travel advisors. And then other destinations that I'm known for that I'm developing over time, the last maybe 5 years, has been New Zealand and Australia. And I also do a lot of Italy, a lot of Alaska. Those are the primary regions that I focus on, but of course I do, plenty of cruises to the Caribbean. I mean, most people from here go to the Caribbean between
Right.
cruises and a resort. So I know the Caribbean very, very well, and Mexico, of course, too, which is not technically the Caribbean, but those are the areas. I know that's a lot. Um, but I would say it really comes down to Jamaica, New Zealand, Australia.
Okay. Perfect. So how can people contact you?
They can contact me by inboxing me on my Facebook page if they like, and that's at CP. It's Facebook// CP Jet Setters. And then I also have, of course, my website is jetsettersvacations.com with an S on the end for both. And then, of course, my phone number is 713-491-4989.
Awesome. Okay, so one last question. So tell me your favorite experience, like, as a travel agent, um, people run into issues and they run into stuff. And so tell me about your kind of your favorite story about how you help somebody navigate through something that happened to them.
Well, let's see. I mean, as far as something that happened to them, like something
Yeah,
bad,
like
and I
just,
can't save the
like
day.
how you help them navigate their trip or, so.
Well, some things cannot travel. You just never know what's going to happen.
Mhm.
So as far as someone getting to a destination and it's not what they expected, or if there's an issue at a resort and things like that, that's where I come in and can really sit there and help when people are don't know what to do, don't know where to go. I basically take care of it from the back end. So I'm in contact with the airline, with the tour operator or the cruise line or whoever I booked with to fix it if there's an error. I had someone actually traveling to Australia a couple years ago, and the seat that we were all told that they booked were it was a on Air New Zealand where they have a seat where it's almost like a recliner where you put your feet
Mhm.
up. Well, the plane that he was on was not configured that way. So he was in a regular economy seat instead of a slightly upgraded seat. And even though I couldn't fix the seat right then and there, the tour operator came and saved the day and made sure that, first of all, that they were reimbursed for that seat. They got a card from me and the tour operator when they got to their hotel once they reached Australia to apologize for the scenario. And we just made the trip a little bit more extra special for them, best we could, in that scenario where it wasn't what we all thought he was booking, because there was a technical glitch in the system. And so it's a matter of working with my travel suppliers to make sure our common clients really do have a good time. And when something goes wrong, it's a matter of making sure I know who to call and who's going to be there to help me get through that, for
Right.
any reason. I mean, I've had all sorts of things happen when people are over in Europe or down in Jamaica or where have you, where things come out are out of their control. So I'm there to help people kind of, work through that and make it helpful and, just expand their experience as much as possible.
Yeah, I think the thing that I'm always reminded of when you talk and when I hear you talk is that's the key to what you provide. I think
Mhm.
that if somebody just goes online and clicks the button and picks this seat and picks this, whatever, they don't have that recourse or that extra help to be able to navigate that situation when they get there and find out that it's not what they thought it was going to be.
Right.
So,
Or if a flight gets canceled and, maybe your flight back from Europe was 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, you find out it's canceled. And because of the time difference, I'm able to get you rebooked so you don't go to the airport and waste your time sitting there for, 4 extra hours for no reason. I
right.
mean, so there's all sorts of things that can happen. And I'm here to help eliminate or minimize as many issues when it comes to, you know, things that can happen when you travel.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
Basically hold everyone's hand before, during, and even after travel, to make sure it's the thing about traveling is that behind a house and a car, it's usually the third most expensive, um, investment that someone
Right.
can make. So you want to make it as best as possible and not leave it to chance. Is really what it comes down to. And so my job is to help help you pick choose the right vacation for you and your family or your loved one, to just make sure you're getting the most value out of your money spent.
Absolutely. Well, Leslie, thank you so much this morning for spending some time with me and sharing your expertise. And
Thanks so
I
much
look
for having
forward,
me. I
yeah,
appreciate it.
absolutely. And I look forward to talking to you again soon.
All right. Thank you so
Good.
much.
Bye.
Bye.